Standing is really the first place that we begin when we're on our journey towards postural realignment and promoting and stimulating the flow of energy and fluids throughout the body to resolve whatever kinds of injuries, deficiencies, dysregulations that you're struggling with. We start with standing for a variety of reasons. We want to create, obviously, a strong foundation from which all other movement comes, but in the beginning it's very much about understanding what good alignment is and good posture, but to develop the skill to self-assess, to understand the landscape of the body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet, because we begin to feel where things are really twisted or kinked up, where things may roll in one direction versus another, where you feel lots of strength on maybe the inside of your leg versus the outside of your leg, or an old ankle injury may have created a movement pattern that resulted in a twist throughout your back that it's tough to feel and suss out for yourself. Easier for a therapist or practitioner when they put you on a table, they can assess, they put their hands and they say, oh yeah, you're a little twisted here, or this vertebrae is a little subluxated. But when we develop a standing practice, we begin to cultivate the skill set of determining that for ourselves, which is going to be the most effective and long lasting throughout the course of your life, because we begin step by step, day by day. And once the weeks and the months and the years start to compound, we notice any little twist before it turns into something major. So we want to understand where the misalignments are, where the deficiencies are, where the excesses are. You know where the excesses are most of the time because they manifest as pain, discomfort, tension. That's going to be an excess, likely, although it could be a deficiency. The deficiencies are going to be places more often that we can't really feel yet, where we may not have a good connection, similar to when your hand falls asleep. Let's say you pass out for a second, your hand falls asleep, but you can't feel it. It's numb. Then we place, what are we doing? We place our focus and our awareness in our hand, and that starts to recommunicate our brain to our hand, and then may start off as pins and needles, that tingling sensation. It's weak. And then within a few moments or a few minutes, okay, you regain control, the pins and needles go away, and you go about your day. But there might be places in your back, in your hips, in your butt, in your feet, in your legs that you have no idea you're disconnected from because you haven't paid attention. They've been asleep for so long that it's going to take some consistent effort maybe to wake them up, or it may happen immediately. So we also need to create a strong foundation. Once we understand and we can start to realign and start to make little micro adjustments to get the shoulders to drop, the head to lift, the head to stop tilting or twisting in one direction or another, now we can build, now we have this very strong foundation that will come with us everywhere we go, with whatever we do, wherever we do it, however we want to do it. We need a good foundation. If you see any lifters in the gym, they need to have a good foundation, good body alignments to withstand the pressure and the weight of the bench press or whatever they're squatting. In the same way, when you go to put your jacket on or reach in the car behind to grab something from your kid, or to tie your shoe, or to lift something up off the ground, or to reach into the cupboard to grab something, or to open up a big heavy door, or to get on top of your partner to have some sex, we want to have good alignment and a good foundation. So any little micro movements or pressures from the outside don't put us in a state of spasm and re-injure an old injury maybe. Or anxiety that you've been holding on to from past trauma has a place to go. It can dissipate into the tissues and out of the body in a way that before we didn't have that strong foundation. Everything was kind of holding itself up together, but now we've created that strong foundation through the standing practice to build on. Okay. And now the third main reason that I wanted to talk about today was this new baseline that we have. We've taken the time and we've developed this awareness of where we're at physically, how we're holding ourselves, how we're showing up to our daily activities in this apparatus we call a body. Now we have this awareness, we have this foundation, we have this structure that is the frame of our lives. It's holding up all of our organs and all of our muscles and our brain and everything that we bring to us. Now we've established this baseline to then start to move with complex movement patterns or basic movement patterns, lifting weights or um, participating in a sport, whatever activity you want to show up to, we have this baseline. So now when things get a little twisted, if we get injured, if we fall down, if we have an intense workout that we tried after work one day, and oh, that didn't something didn't feel right. Well, now you'll know what that something is because you'll be off of your baseline a little bit. And so when you go home that night, you can start to, through standing, get yourself back to square one. And so we really want to do this because it feels so much better. It's like being let out of a prison you didn't know you were in. You may feel imbalanced, you know you're misaligned a little bit, but when you really start to pay attention through this practice, which is, you know, practice daily, whether it's for a minute or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it really compounds. And the longer that you do it, the more you're able to access. The layers in the body are deep. They're really infinite in my experience. And the more layers that you can peel away and soften and relax, create a stronger and stronger and stronger foundation and baseline for us to move from, to do the things that we want for as long as we want, um, without having issues. And that's really that's my goal for myself and for you, to do more for longer, for as long as you want, until you don't want to do it anymore. Not because some kind of injury is preventing you from doing it or instability. Um, that's not why you stop. So we want to understand our landscape. We want to suss out where the misalignments are, where the imbalances are, so then we can start a new baseline and develop a strong foundation for the rest of your movement practice or whatever kind of activity that you are participating in. I hope that you found this insightful. I hope this makes a bit more sense of why you see people practicing these standing postures. Yes, it looks like we're not doing much, but ask yourself, when's the last time you just stood there for a period of time without focusing on anything else outside of scanning the body and creating micro adjustments to create this strong foundation? Likely never, because these Eastern practices are unique in this way. And this is where we begin. This is what gets us to where we want to go faster and more efficiently than anything else. And it's something that we can do consistently throughout the day. Even as you sit here watching this video, you are holding a particular set of alignments, and um, you may be sitting, you might be standing. If you're standing, you have more to pay attention to. If you're sitting, you can pay more attention to the torso and head. But we have infinite possibility and opportunity to engage with this amazing, transformative practice that is what they call zhanzhuang, or stake standing, or stand like a tree. And we'll have more videos on this, but here's a few key uh, points that I wanted to make surrounding the practice of standing. I hope that this was helpful. Please like and share this video, get this out to more people, and I will leave a comment if you have any questions. Reach out to me personally through message, and I will see you in the next video.